All right. Good morning, everybody, and whoever's here, thanks for joining us. We are going to be playing... DM Stretch, I wonder why your card isn't showing up. Darn it. Shoot. Everyone else is working just fine on the stream. All right, guys, I'm going to try something real quick, so stand by. I want to see if I can get that to work. 1 sec. Yeah, sorry, guys. I want to see if I can get this to work, and if not, we'll just keep going. Developer mode, change that. Stretch. Nice. All right. Nice. Got it to work. 1 second. All right. Excellent. So, thanks for bearing with me for the new stream. So, everyone, welcome to the Flooded King's Court. This is a one-shot PF2 adventure. And we've got 4 players. Well, at least one of them is very new, so we'll run through a little bit of the rules. But before I do that, why don't I let everyone introduce themselves, and we'll start from the bottom of my screen here. We'll start with Lazy Stooner. Stooner, who are you and who are you playing today?
Morning, ladies and gents. I'm Lazy Stooner, and I'm playing Fumbus, who I renamed as Stooner, and he's a alchemist goblin.
Thank you very much, and let's go to Urash next.
Yeah, good morning, Urash54, and I am playing Amri, who is a barbarian, and not sure what level they are, but I forget.
We're level 1.
Level 1, all right. Pathfinder 2, Gwydion, early on a Saturday, day after the New Year's, we're ready.
Awesome, and DM Stretch.
Hello everyone, I am DM Stretch, and I am playing Kyra, the human cleric.
Great, and Babunsky. Uh-oh, did we lose you, Babunsky? Or push to talk, don't forget.
No, it's push to talk, that's it, sorry.
No problem.
Yes, I'm Babunsky, and I'm playing Marisil, who is a elven rogue. And, yeah, this should be interesting. My first time playing Pathfinder 2, so, yeah.
No problem. And, Urash, I think you were named Shrika before, so I have you lighting up as Shrika, but you're welcome to stay as Amiri if you want, no problem. I think you were Shrika last time.
Change it. Yeah, I'll put that on. That is cool.
Sounds good. So, just real quickly, I'll run through just a couple of differences, and you guys can always, go back to the message of the day. But Babunsky, particularly for you, there's a 3-action economy. So typically you can do 3 things when it's your turn. And a movement is 1 action. Grabbing and like pulling your sword out is 1 action. So almost anything you do for the most part will be an action. So that's something to keep in mind. Attacks of opportunity are not available to all creatures or all players. Only some creatures have them, but you don't know which ones they are, obviously, until you play a little bit. And players, you have to have a feat in order to do an opportunity attack. So that's a little different. There is flanking. If you have a shield, you actually have to use an action to raise it to give the benefit of the shield. Let's see. Initiative, generally you use perception, and you'll see it on your general tab, but typically you use perception unless you're doing something like sneaking, and then you can use your stealth ability. I think since you're a rogue, that's most everything. If you're, let's see, if you're in melee range for like shooting your bow, there's no penalty, but it does possibly provoke an attack of opportunity, depending on if the monster has that feature. So I think with that, that's it. So let's get started.
In advance, I apologize to my compatriots here. I will be asking questions. Just
I
remember,
know, you're fine.
I'm feeble and old. Just remember that.
I don't believe that. All right. So, so you all, as you know, you're members of the Pathfinder Society, and you're in the city of Absalom. So Absalom, many years ago, was rocked by an earthquake that damaged the city pretty significantly, and the entire city is sinking noticeably, and it slowly continues to do so over the year. Some of the streets are now kind of below the tide level, and some of the districts are more noticeably sunken than others. Many years ago, there was a battle that drove the armies of the Whispering Tyrant, which was a powerful lich, and got folks really retreating back into Absalom. So you guys are in the city right now, and you receive a note from a raven that drops the note down to you as you all are walking through the city of Absalom, and I will share it with you and I will read it for the stream. But the note says, "Greeting fellow seekers of knowledge. The society has been presented with a unique opportunity, and I think you're just the ones to help out. As you have likely heard, Absalom has recently become the home of a group of goblin refugees displaced by the Whispering Tyrant's armies. They have settled in the puddles, quite content to live in some of the abandoned buildings there. We've also learned that Syria al-Sharati, a muckracker in the puddles, that the goblins have been digging around in the basement of the old playhouse that belonged to the Greater Absalom Performing Arts Guild. They've claimed this building as their own. In the process, they stumbled across some manner of beast they could not defeat, but instead managed to seal away. With the local guards, the muckrackers, unwilling to help, we have a perfect opportunity to step in and learn something new about the history of Absalom. Several of our more experienced goblin pathfinders have been working hard to build inroads into the goblin community, and this has led to an offer by King Zuzgut to hear our plea. Your job is to meet Zuzgut, explain that we wish his permission to explore beneath his playhouse, and then perform an initial exploration and assessment. You'll likely not have much time for exploration, given the tides probably flood the chambers below each day, but do your best. Sincerely, Drandel Drang." And Drandel is a venture captain of the Pathfinder Society. And the note says, "P.S. I almost forgot. Eando Klein of the Vigilant Seal is watching the mission closely. He's worried about ancient evils being released into the world by Pathfinders and what that will do to the public's impression of us. While I know such things can't always be avoided, it would be best if you either destroyed anything dangerous that you find down there, or if you must bring it back to the lodge, be very discreet." All right.
All right, we're going to go pick up some body bags so that we can carry them in discreetly.
Nice. All right. All right, so is there anything else? You guys can always, before you run over to the Playhouse and head that way, you can always consider if any of you know anything, and if you'd like to, then we can roll some information checks or recalling knowledge, and if not, and if you just want to head straight to the theater, you're welcome to do that as well. So tell me what you all would like to do. Morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us this early morning.
Make a recall knowledge check to see if I do know anything about this at all.
Okay, do you have a diplomacy or society? If you do, go ahead and roll it in the tower. And I'm using a winter theme, so the tower should look like a rectangular tower with some trees around it now.
Nice.
Yes, I have diplomacy.
So yeah, go ahead and throw that in the tower. Okay, so you're racking your brain, and you just don't seem to recall anything from your experience here. Just nothing really sounds familiar to you.
Okay.
Anyone else interested in recalling any knowledge or gathering information, or would you like to head down to the theater?
Yeah, I'm a little. Go ahead, Studer.
I was gonna say, like, I'll try and recall anything I know about the goblins and what they'll be like, considering I am one.
Okay, and give me a society or lore roll in the tower. Okay, so you know that there are certain structures below what is now called the puddles, and in the past, such places have been troubled by undead such as ghouls, ghast, skeletons, and zombies. And older residents of the area tell stories of screams that would occasionally emanate from somewhere deep beneath the streets. And you also know, given your ancestry, you know that the Playhouse was the home of the Greater Absalom Performing Arts Guild for 50 years prior to the earthquake that shook the city. And during its heyday, it used to boast frequent performances, particularly with the youth of the city.
Sweet. I'll relay all that information to my teammates.
Okay. Urash, did you want to do anything else?
Oh, I was just going to say I'm tripping out that as we took this mission, that note burned up in our hands.
Nice.
Yeah, what can I do to recall some information, Gwydion?
So you can, if you look at your skills tab, which is a third tab, you can roll either a lore check, if you have lore that you think is relevant, or a diplomacy check, which is really to gather information. So if you want to roll a diplomacy check in the tower and see if you recall anything, you can. Okay, so you do not recall anything more than what, you just kind of shake your head with some of the other knowledge that's been passed along by the others, but nothing else that you can recall.
Yeah, the only thing Shriek is saying, let's go, guys. What are we waiting for?
All right.
Shit, let's go.
All right, so you head into the Puddles district, and you kind of notice, more and more dilapidated buildings, and there's more water around as you make your way through the streets, and you come to a structure that it's roughly square shaped, and it measures about 120 feet on each side of the outside walls, and it has a stone foundation, and it's in rather good condition considering the earthquake that happened years ago. And the wooden walls are still solid, but the paint is chipping and rotting away, and many of the windows are broken, and the wooden shingles are clearly failing. And you also notice a few creeping plants that are along the exterior. So would you like to head inside, or what do you do?
Shriko walks right in. She's ready for some action.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead.
I'll have a casual sort of glance around as I follow everyone else in to see if I spot anything around.
Okay. So as you're walking in, you walk into a large auditorium, and Kyra, as you're looking around, you notice that the air in the building is really damp, and you notice a lot of puddles of muddy, stagnant water everywhere. And you see torches that are all around the auditorium, and they're producing a really thick black smoke, and it appears that they're using those torches as a way to attempt to stave off some of the mosquitoes and insects that seem to be flying all around the area. And as you guys walk in, you see flickering torches that fail to fully illuminate the large auditorium within the mostly ruined playhouse. Hints of the former beauty and majesty of the buildings are marred by the smell of mildew and ever-present water puddles. The northern end of the space is occupied by a raised stage with a large chair that must have once been used as a throne in a theatrical production long ago. Goblins move throughout the room, some gathered in small clusters, roasting food over open fires, others sleeping in what appears to be the remains of the auditorium's chairs. On the crumbling balcony, a goblin choir rehearses, each member singing a different song, or perhaps the same song with different words, lyrics, and tempo. Goblin children chase each other around, their leashes dangling from their necks as they screech and shout. Occasionally, a leash catches on a bit of furniture or rubble, bringing the wearer crashing to the ground while the companions laugh uproariously. From atop the throne, a voice rings out, cutting across the chaos, clear and enunciated. Although obviously still a goblin's. "Aho, what's this? Another group looking to throw their hats into the ring, as it were? Probably the Pathfinders I was expecting." There's an angry yell from a group of humans wearing armor and bearing sheathed weapons, dimly visible near the stage. The goblin turns and addresses the interruption from the grousing warriors. "Not now. I never said anything about exclusive rights, did I? Ha! So, Pathfinders, I'm sure you've heard about our trouble with the creature in the basement. What is it your organization is willing to do for my kingdom? And why should I let you go instead of these fine folks?" he asked, gesturing to the warriors. So you guys can decide how you want to respond to him, and I'm going to show you a couple of images of what you're seeing. So this is the goblin that is speaking to you. And this is kind of roughly what the balcony and the stage looks like inside.
So Shrika says, "Hey, refugee king, these boys couldn't withstand a windstorm."
Who? The warriors that are down on the stage? Who do you refer to?
This is true. Yes, these armored people that can't move quickly.
And I suppose you can do much better.
That's why we're here. We were picked and chosen.
Can whoever wants to give me a perception check in the tower?
I whisper over to the alchemist, "If you see any subtleties of your culture, let us know," as he's making his decision.
Jeez.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
I didn't roll that in the tower.
Oh, no problem. So Shrika, you're kind of looking closely at Stooner, and you're looking closely at who you think is obviously Zuzgut, and you're pretty convinced that the king has already made up his mind, and you think that that he'd like to have the Pathfinders win, but at the same time, you believe that he's trying to keep up appearances. And you think the best way to keep up appearances is, try to get him a little more potentially on your good graces.
All right, I'm going to pull out my bastard sword and just start doing the full nunchuck sword play, Mr. Anakin Skywalker, just swinging it around, showing off a little.
Now, do you have, can you give me a performance check in the tower?
I can do that. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, so as you're doing that and you're spinning your sword around and the sword, you kind of, something catches your eye and you lose your concentration and you drop the sword and it goes clattering on the ground as Zuzgut just shakes his head and says, Is that supposed to impress me?
Hold on, I dropped that on purpose. There was a child running my way, and I didn't want to injure it.
So he kind of, you see Zuzgut kind of shake his head a little bit and just chuckle to himself, and he's thinking for a while, and he jumps to his feet and he points his finger in the sky and says, I know! We should have a contest to see who goes. You can read lines from my play. The surrounding goblins give out a huge cheer. And he says, he squints at the mercenaries. Since you got here first, you can go first. Show starts in 2 minutes. At this news, another cheer goes up from the Crooked Toes goblins, and they begin to crowd towards the stage. So what he wants, and what the other mercenaries will do first, is to run through a play. And I'm going to share this with you. And you all can decide amongst yourselves, but basically, we're going to be running through the lines of this play. It's a short play, but we're going to be running through the lines of this play to see who gives the better performance between the mercenaries and you. So if you guys take the next kind of minute or two, decide, there's about, 2, 4, 5, there's 7 parts, including Zuzgut. Decide who you want to play which, and we're going to run through the play. So talk amongst yourselves, and some of you might have to double up with a couple of the different actors, but decide who's going to do the play, and in the meantime, the mercenaries will be going first.
All right, guys, just so you know, I have a strong case of stage fright, so I think I'll take Mitzi. It's one line.
I see more lines than one. She's got 2, I think.
All right, I see the second one. I'm a little worried now.
I'll play Zuzgut. If everybody's okay with that.
Sure.
All right, so we got Crimsy, Grinnick, Ziathorn, Pizzazz, and Ulfun left.
I don't mind taking Grennick.
Okay.
I'll do.
Stuner, do you want to do
Crimson
Ziathorn or Pizzazz or Ulfun?
Yeah, I'll take Pizzazz.
All right, who do we have left?
Shrika will do Crimsy as well.
So who's left? Ziathorn? Hey, Zell.
Yeah, Ziathorn and Uthun, I believe.
I'll take Uthun as well.
Okay.
And then I'll take Ziathorn. So I got
All right.
Pizzazz and Ziathorn.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, so as you guys are deciding who is going to go on your end and what roles you're gonna play, the mercenaries run through their play and they go through their performance, and it's not only bad, it's just absolutely horrible. The goblins are booing and throwing food at them. You see some of the mercenaries wiping tomatoes off their face as they're getting pelted with various debris and rotten fruit. And so after they finish, Zuzgut raises his hands for silence and says, okay, let's see what these Pathfinders have. Let's see if they can do any better than this group of sorry performers. And with that, he turns to you as you all walk down to the stage and enter Zuzgut, Crimsy, Grinnick, Ziathorn, Mitzi, Pizzazz, and Ulfon. And whoever is Zuzgut can start the performance.
I see the great heroes have returned. But who is this with you? Speak, brave knight, speak.
A mighty chief of the goblins, whose wit and skill are unsurpassed. He says, Uthan says as he takes a knee. I'm called Uthun, Witcher, Lord of Lastwall. Alas, that land has been overrun by undead and is no more. I shift a bit and hop forward. It's true. Undead everywhere.
And my character is, but we helped them escape. The Longshanks, not the undead, duh.
Mitzi goes down on all fours and pretends to be a dog and growls and lets out a big woof at the mercenaries. I helped collapse the tunnel behind us. It was great.
Huffley. I don't know how to do Huffley, sorry. I found people who appreciated my singing. Here, let me show you.
Quite. As I put my arms up. Chief speaking. Please,
You're
my
doing a good
lord.
job.
Let's go down to my knees. We beseech you and ask help for your mighty tribe. We are but mere humans, and lack the cleverness and skill needed to escape the clutches of the undead. Will you aid us?
Of course, of course. Crooked Toes, my people, hearken to me. Now is the time for foretold, the time when the Longshanks would come before us in desperate need.
Stride forward boldly. We help too. We know how to fight the undead Longshanks.
Yes, Mitzi will tear them apart with wolfish fierceness. That was cool. And I will compose a war song to lift our hearts.
No, no, no. We need my catapult.
I think we need to hurry. No time for catapults or songs. Prepare for the journey south and into our destiny. Now we be heroes.
We be heroes. We be
Yay,
heroes.
we
We
be
be
heroes.
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 And all the goblins in the entire theater are like slamming their mugs on the table and cheering, and you hear them trying to get in sync with you. They're a little bit off, but they're, we be heroes, we be heroes. So they're all singing and cheering with you, and Zuzgut again kind of raises his hands for silence, and most of the goblins quiet down. He says, well, that was exciting. And he says, I'd like to say it was a difficult choice, but really, based on those two performances, it really, really wasn't. And he looks at everyone and says, the winners are, and he pauses for dramatic effect, the Pathfinders. And everyone rises up and cheers. All the goblins stand up and slam the mugs up and down. And he says, you will be the ones to explore the basement below. And Zuzgut looks at all of you and he says, if you would, you're welcome to go and explore the basement. And he kind of looks at you and gathers you around and gets a little bit quieter. And he says, there's a gigantic monster that's taken up residence there. I don't know exactly what it is, but I've been told that it has very, very big teeth, giant mouth, and it's green. And as you guys are doing that, give me a perception check, whoever wants to, in the tower. Okay, so Kyra and Stooner, you both kind of notice that the mercenaries are kind of sulking and walk away to a quiet corner and seem to be talking amongst themselves as you guys prepare to head down into the basement.
I'll ask Zuzgut, are we going to have to worry about them coming in behind us?
And he says, they should not. I don't know what they will do, but they certainly do not have my permission to join you. This is for you to explore.
Good enough for me.
We can either take them now or take them later. Doesn't matter to Shrika.
So what would you guys like to do? Would you like to head down towards, or would you like to tell me what you'd like to do?
I think we start heading towards the basement. Does he know, does he tell us how often it floods and unfloods?
He does. He kind of, as you ask him, he says, well, the areas underneath the playhouse, they're submerged for about 6 hours at a time and open for the next 6. So when you get down there, it will certainly be wet, and you will see much water and thicker in other areas and less so in others. But likely you have about 6 hours before it will completely flood again.
Would you want me to go ahead and check for traps or anything strange?
That might be useful.
Lead the way, rogue.
In what order would you guys in general like to be in? And I'll share a map with you in a second, but how would you in general like to be if you're 2x2 to start with? Who wants to be in front and who wants to be behind?
Shrika naturally wants to be up front, ready to rock.
I'll be behind.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I'll be up there if I'm going to be looking for stuff.
And Stooner definitely wants to be in the back line.
Okay. All right, so you guys head down and start walking towards the basement, and you kind of get to an area that, it's probably about a 10 by 10 foot room, and you see these twisted and bloated, these wooden stairs connecting the main floor and the basement, and they're definitely slick and saturated with water. The walls are just covered in algae, and the ceiling is coated with black mold. There's old furniture and props from the theater piled in the corner in soggy, crumbling heaps. And you see small crustaceans and numerous insects peeking from the detritus, or they're scrambling into cracks into the shallow pools on the floor. The smell of rotten salt water hangs damply in the air. And I'll show this to you in a second, but there is a kind of a section to the west that seems like it's a brick wall that's been crumbled into an opening to a larger area. So I will give you the map 1 second. And can you guys see line of sight there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, definitely.
So you guys are walking down the stairs, and you're kind of in about, a couple of inches deep of water as you're kind of sloshing down the stairs. And I'm gonna kind of put into chat the what I read to you, so you can kind of get a description again. You can kind of just make out. It looks like it goes up to down to the left is just kind of another area that's down to the south, I should say, that looks like it's just another wall, but it looks like the room goes to the west and then opens up a bit to the north. And I think I have token lock on, so I'm gonna have to. If you guys move, I'll approve the movement.
Okay. And how would you like me to
Lightly.
How do you want to have me to handle looking for traps and such? Go ahead.
So give me a. Let me open your character sheet. 1 second.
I'd like to try and move quietly ahead of them and be looking for whatnot.
Okay, so give me a stealth roll in the tower. So this is going to be kind of your sneak roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this is going to be against... so the way it normally works is it'll be against... If there's anything in there, then it'll basically be against their perception. So you don't know how well you're sneaking, but for now, you're certainly trying to be as quiet as you can. And he's got a perception +9.
Sure. Okay.
So wisdom.
And how about for looking for traps or anything like that? Kind of something strange.
You can do that. So you're slowly, if you want to slowly walk ahead and look, and I'll let you know if you find anything. But yes, you're welcome to do that as you move forward.
Do I need to do any kind of roll for that?
Not right now. You don't.
Okay.
Now, can you see? Are you seeing like what's up? I can't really see. This is the first time I've used line of sight. So do you see the whole room up top?
Right now, I don't see. I think I see most of the room if it's square. I've got my little right-hand corners cut off because of line of sight, and I can also make out what appears to be some water, maybe over to the left. But
okay, good. Okay, so it's working. It's working as intended. So, so you do notice a bunch of piles up to the north, and as you're looking up there, you see something in the top corner of the room. And it appears to be moving beneath the water, and it looks big, and you can kind of see it, and the water seems to be rising as it gets closer. And I want everyone to roll initiative. So Chuck, Babunski, you can roll stealth if you'd like as your initiative, or you can roll perception because you were trying to move quietly. And I'll approve that last move.
I'm a little confused. Are you talking about here?
No, that's water. I'm saying you notice something moving up here in the corner. Okay, and you were not surprised, but as you look at it, you see this monstrous crocodile that looks like this, that is making its way towards you, and you were not surprised, but as everybody rolls initiative, we'll see see who can go first. So it looks like, surprisingly enough, Mauricio, so did you roll stealth? Okay, so you got a 13. All right, and Stooner, can you roll just perception as well? And Stooner might be AFK, so you know what? I'm going to roll for. Oh, okay.
I'm coming and going, making him breakfast.
Yeah, no problem. Do you want me to roll your initiative, or are you good?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Oh wait, that's not it. That's not it. Sorry, my bad. There. That's my action.
Okay, you got it. So, wow. So you guys, Mauricio, you kind of feel like you snuck up on this thing and you surprised it a bit, but you now see coming up above the water's edge, you can see this enormous crocodile. And surprisingly enough, Kyra, you can kind of see Mauricio, and something, maybe you were paying more attention than others, but you were first to act as you see Mauricio move up towards, and you see him look into the northeast corner, but at this point you don't really see anything else, but it is your action.
I look at Mauricio and kind of try and get eye contact and gesture as if to say, what's going on?
I'm going to be definitely, acting like I'm grabbing my bow, and I'm going to be looking back like, hey, there's something over here, And
it's a free action to talk, so you can, if you'd like to yell or say something, you can.
I will just basically, I'm not going to yell, but I'm going to, because I may be stealth, but I'm going to mouth, something like enemy or trouble, and I'm going to get my bow out. I mean, they're going to know I'm getting my bow out for a reason.
Okay, I'll move forward then. To there.
Okay. Now you see this.
It's my turn. Never mind. Sorry.
That's right. And this thing is thrashing about and beginning to just slosh through the water. But go ahead,
looking aggressive then.
Yes.
Okay, I'll draw my sword out.
Okay, that's first action.
I've moved, drawn my sword, and I'll cast. Oh no, I can't cast fire ray. It's 2 actions.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to draw your sword, you can draw your sword, but if you want to move and then cast, you could. But
I'll
yeah,
think
it's up
about
to you.
drawing my sword, sort of hold it, and then thought, hang on, no. Fire. I'll cast Fire Ray instead.
Okay, I
Into the
don't.
water.
But did you? Let me drag it on it. I don't know if you had it targeted. But that misses as the fire goes. You know, this thing is just barely above the water, and it looks like you just slammed your fire ray into the wall above it. Is that too loud or not?
That's fine.
Okay, good. All right. So let's see. Is that your full turn, Kyra?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and pass. You can hit that down arrow and pass your turn. We'll go on to Shrika.
Yeah, just getting it up.
Sorry. Oh, the combat tracker.
Yeah, I didn't
There
have
we
the
go.
combat tracker up.
So Shrika, you can just make out. Well, you can certainly see Kyra and Mauricio, and they're definitely. You saw these flames shoot from Kyra's hand, and it sounded like it hit a wall, but you know that there's something, but you just don't know what's there yet.
All right, she's gonna start off moving, and as she moves in, she'll rage.
Oh, I have it. I did it. I forgot.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
I set some of those up. Oh, I don't know why it didn't. Did you go up to here? I don't know why it didn't go all the way.
Yeah. Okay, now that I see this thing, I'm gonna do a sudden charge and attack it. Oh, I guess I gotta select it. Try that again.
Okay, I'm not sure what that does, so is there something specific that it does?
It just allows me to run at it with a quick sprint.
Okay.
Try. You end your movement within reach of at least one enemy. You can make a melee strike against enemy. You can use sudden charge while burrowing, climbing. So it's just saying.
All right.
And let's do the attack with the bastard sword on the crocodile's head.
All right, and you swing at it, and it's just you're stumbling around in ankle-deep water, and you just can't quite get your footing, and you miss.
All right, and I can't take a second swing because I used it for rage, so I'll finish my movement there and end my turn.
Okay. All right, Stooner, and let me know if you need me to do anything for you, but okay, you're good.
I'll be moving here. And I'm going to throw an acid splash at this thing. Ooh.
Nice.
And that is, you hit it like right in the top of its head as this acid just goes, just bursts and all over this thing.
Did that go through?
Very nice. Yep. So you definitely see it like shaking its head as this acid starts bubbling. You can see its scales start to bubble up, and that definitely did some damage to it.
And that will be my turn.
All right, Mauricio, as stealthy as you were, you just weren't quite as quick as the rest of them, but it is now your turn. You see this monstrosity in front of you.
My understanding is, since he's not went yet, and I went with stealth for initiative, he should be flat-footed to me, right?
I think that's right. If you're reading that sounds right to me. That let me look at sneak attack. Oh, for some reason sneak attack isn't showing me. But yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to figure this out. So they've got the combat tab and
So yeah, you have your actions tab like normal. You're going to have 3 different attacks. So what happens with that is your first attack is going to be the one on the far left. So like if you attack with your, let's say your rapier, you'd have +7. But if you attack a second time on your turn, then you have to subtract 5 points unless the weapon is a light weapon. and then you get a little bit less of a penalty, but you get a progressive penalty if you try to attack more than once in a turn, but you can do it. So right now, are you pulling your short bow, or are you going to pull your rapier, or are you going to keep distance or go towards it?
No, I'm definitely distance. I'll just be using a short bow.
Okay, so your first action, you pull out your short bow, and then you can target it, and you can certainly shoot at it with your second action. Morning, everybody. Thanks for being here. It's my
so let's see
first
here.
time using
So
the
pull it out
line of
and
sight
fire
maps.
at it.
Let me know
Oh,
what you
I
think
see.
of the
It's got
stream
different-
setup.
The 3 different attacks there set up. I got
Exactly.
you. Okay. Yeah, well, so what? Just out of curiosity, why is the second tab called combat? What is?
Say again, why does what? Oh, why is the second tab called combat? It's just how PF2 works. There's a bunch of different proficiencies and base stats. You don't really need to use that, at least that I've seen. It only helps like as you get trained or if you're an expert.
That one almost had a 17. That's a miss.
All right, so that misses so bad you almost hit Shrika that's in front of it.
Hey!
Sorry about
So-
that.
So that's your second action, so you still have one more action. And if you haven't noticed, on your actions tab, you might not see it for your character, but if you had a spell or anything, it'll show you how many actions it takes. There's little symbols that show you the number of actions.
All right, just 1 second here. So, okay. Some stuff up.
So you have one more action, so you can move, or you can, if there's anything else you think of, you can do. Go for it.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna fire another weapon at it. I might as well.
Okay, you can fire another. So you would double click on the +2.
Right. Ah, boo. All right. Then.
Wow.
All righty. That'll be it for me.
And this thing, I mean, it looks like it hit it, but it just kind of like the arrow just kind of hit the top of its scales and just flew off.
Yeah.
So it seemed very, very close.
I got you.
All right, so this thing looks at what's in front of it, Shrika, and it opens its gaping mouth and it's trying to get you in its jaws. Oh man, and it loses its footing just a bit. It's so excited to attack you. It misses, and it kind of struggles to get its feet again, and it's going to try a second time. And it misses a second time, and it's going to try one more last gasp as it cries out. It's so angry for not getting you.
Dodgy.
Did that hit? Hold on. And that did hit with the 17 hits.
I believe so, yeah. I'm a
Okay.
barbarian.
So it hits with its third attack. And it does 7 points of damage. And it is latched onto you. And you are currently grabbed.
Oh no.
And it can't do anything yet because that was its last turn, but it's got you in its jaws. And I'm going to show you one of the things I have. Give me 1 second. Okay, I have these cards that if you ever get a condition, and you guys have access to them too, but it kind of tells you what happens. So with grabbed, what that means is you're flat-footed and you're kind of immobilized. So if you attempt to manipulate action, and that's things like attacking, then you have to just do a quick flat check. And what a flat check means is you don't get any bonuses. It's just literally rolling a d20. So you can try to get ungrabbed, of course. But right now, that's what'll happen to you on your turn. So just something to keep in mind. So this thing, it looks like it's getting ready to try to kind of roll, or what was that?
Looks like Cairo's attacking.
Now, does the acid damage... Oh, you know what? 1 second. Let me look at something. I gotta look something up. I think what happened is it did persistent damage since it since the acid was I think since it was a critical hit. I'm gonna look at that real quick, but I think that's what happened. I think it gave you it should have done 1d6 persistent damage. It gave 2d6.
Critical.
Has a crit here, crit acid splash persistent 2d6 acid.
Oh, it is persistent. Wow. Okay, I'll have to remember that next time so that it rolls, and because I know it can roll in the water and I think get that off, but it did not do that. It wasn't smart enough. So wow, that was nice. That really looked like it hurt it. All right, Shrika.
Kyra didn't go yet. That was just an automatic.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I missed it. Yep, Kyra's up.
Hold on. I'm just reading a look at I cast Daze on the crocodile.
Okay.
Needs to make a will save, I believe.
Okay.
DC 17.
Let me do that 1 second. And it succeeded. Got a 23.
Code targets mine days with a mental jolt. Jolt deals mental damage equal to a spellcasting ability modifier. I believe for the cleric is wisdom, which is modifiers +4.
And it should have had, I would have thought that the save was in the actions tab, but I rolled it anyway. So does it do anything on a fail? Or I'm sorry, on a success?
It's not stunned on a success, and it takes 4 damage.
Okay.
Mental damage.
Wait 1 sec. All right.
DM dice mod.
All right. Anything else you can do? Was that your first, or was that two actions?
That's a 2 action, and I'll draw my scimitar.
Okay. So you've got your scimitar out and ready to go, and then I think if there's nothing else, it'll be Shrika's turn. You pass your turn. Perfect.
All right, Shrika realizes in the current circumstances, this thing's got her clamped down with those big jaws. So she's going to do her best to escape the jaws of this crocodile.
Okay, let me check something real quick, because I think you can use acrobatics or strength, but 1 second.
My preference would be athletics, but I'll do acrobatics.
Give me 1 second, you might be able to.
Oh, athletics is a strength check here.
So I think I'm not quite sure I have this right, but go ahead and do. I'm going to have you do an athletics check, and it's going to be against. I'll see what it's against for it, but go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Can I use my hero point to get advantage?
There's no advantage. I think you can use it to re-roll if you don't like your roll.
All right, I'll do that if I don't like my roll. Do I have to check it off now?
Well, what do you mean check it off?
The hero point?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Oh, no, not yet. Not yet. Not unless you use it.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, you got a 23, and the DC was 20, so you get out of its clutches, and you kind of squirm around and get out of its mouth as you're furiously trying to pull yourself out of this gaping jaw. So you are out.
Do I have any actions remaining?
That was only, escape is only one action.
All right, so I can do an attack with my second. Here goes.
Oh, you really?
Dang it.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, it rolled twice. Do you have to single click on those, or is it?
For the attack, usually it's double click. So yeah, I don't know why it rolled twice.
I'll take the first one if that's good with you.
No, I mean, that's fine. You hit, so you go ahead and hit with that first one, absolutely. I mean, it would have been the first one anyway, so. All right, the blade goes deep into its midsection as this blood starts oozing into the sewer water here, turning it like a crimson dark red.
All right, I'm going to use my final attack, try to wrench it free and stab it in the eye. Huh, gave me advantage again. That's weird.
Well, it shouldn't give you advantage. Actually,
They're both placed.
why is it 1 second?
I tried one click in the first time just to see.
Because you're grabbed, you should be getting negatives. Why is it? Oh, you're attacking yourself. That's why. I don't think you even hit it the first time.
Oh, wow. Let me drag it.
Yeah. So the first one was a 20, so actually that hit. So that was good. But the second one will not be a hit. You can go ahead and drag it onto it.
Yeah, it's not I dragged and dropped it and nothing happened.
Now you're targeting both. I can see it, but you're targeting yourself and the crocodile. So maybe that's, you know what? That's why it rolled. It looked like it rolled twice because you're targeting both of you. Now you're good. So I think the first one hit and it was good. The second one missed.
We go by, yeah.
So, all right.
Okay. I think I'm done.
All right, Stooner.
I did take some damage from myself.
Sword.
First one.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Be at 22.
I can't see. I'm gonna try.
So what should you have wound-wise?
Ain't
Nothing. Okay. Yeah, you can't quite flank it. Because flanking is actually specific in this, but...
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Make it flat-footed.
Yeah, you can't quite do
And
that.
then
So, I mean, you
I'll
can
try
certainly undo your movement if you want, but it's not going to be flat-footed yet.
No, I'm okay with that.
Okay. And this dog slicer misses the crocodile.
Can you remove grab for me since I escaped?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Sure.
I have a question. How do you make something flat-footed?
So it depends. Sometimes you'll have an ability that'll make it flat-footed. And sometimes, so if Stooner was in the top, like in this square, if you're exactly on the opposite of it, then it will be flat-footed to the two of you. It's flanking. So it just depends. There's different ways to make something flat-footed.
One moment.
No problem.
In the middle of trying to swallow a pill. Old man pill. Anyway, so question for you. I've got sneak attack. I'm just trying to figure this out. So
You cut out, Chuck, but I know you're trying to figure out sneak attack.
Yeah. So my question is, should I just ask each time it's my turn, hey, is it flat-footed, or is there some kind of indicator that I'll know, or? Like,
yeah, it's not the beginning of the round, so you shouldn't. Let's see if there's anything else that would give you flat-footed.
No, I don't know. Is it something I just need to ask you? Hey, is he flat-footed? Is that all I need to ask you?
Yeah, that's it. So right now it's not.
It's fine. I just want to know how to do this. Okay, so
yeah.
I'm going to. Urash is no longer in its mouth, right, Shrika?
Correct.
I'm still going to stay back here for now. I'm going to try another barrage of arrows.
Okay. Oh man, just missed that one again. It looks like it just went over its scales.
I'll be over in the corner.
Yeah, that one, boy. All right, now this one is angry at Shrika. It's going to try again. But first, it's going to roll in the water, and it kind of spins and rolls to get rid of the acid. And that's one action. All right, but then it tries to bite. Oh, actually, I shouldn't have rolled that damage. Hold on one second. But you had damage before, I took all the damage off. How many wounds should you have had?
I should have been at 22. I had 7 temp hit points from raging, so the first attack got me. Yeah.
Okay, so you were at 22. It did 7. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're good the way it is right now. All right, so then it attacks. So it tries to clamp down on you again. And it hits with a 20. And, it does 14 points of damage. And it tries to roll with you. Let's see what this does first. So it tucks its legs and it's twisting around with you. So, what does it do? 1 second.
Dance with me.
So it is its second attack, so it should get a negative here, but then it's gonna, tuck and roll with you. So one sec.
Should be its third attack on account of.
Well, it's only its second. It's only its second attack. It just rolled the first time, but it didn't attack you 3 times. It attacked you, twice.
Okay.
It attacked you once, but one sec. Oh boy. So this critically hits you as it's rolling around, and it's got you grabbed, and it knocks you unconscious as it pulls you under the water and rolls with you, and you are now prone, and you are dying, and you are under the water. So I need to move you real quick. So 1 second. So I'm going to put you at 10.1. So what happens when you're dying is you go right before the thing that puts you down, and the intention of that is that all your party members will have an opportunity to actually try to help you. So I'm going to put up the card for death and dying real quick.
I don't like it.
Doing your best Rob impersonation there?
Exactly. What kind of...
All right, so what happens basically is on your turn, Urash, if nobody heals you before then, you're going to roll a recovery check. And a recovery check is basically, it's a flat check, and it's 10 plus your dying condition, or your dying number. And because the thing that puts you down is a critical, you're at dying 2. If you get to dying 4, you die completely. So right now you're at dying 2, so you're going to roll a die, and if you get a 12, then you get a success and you'll go to dying 1. If you fail once, you'll go to dying 3. If you make a critical fail, then you go immediately to dying 4, and you're dead outright. So everyone's going to have a chance. I'm going to pass the turn. It's now to Kyra, so everyone now has a chance to potentially try to heal you, but right now you're at dying 2.
You're going to say everybody's going to have a chance to try out the dying card. That's like, it's great. It's great.
Not for long. I'm going to cast Stabilize. 30 feet. Positive energy shuts death's door. The target loses dying condition, though it remains unconscious at 0 hit points.
Okay, so you do that. So you go ahead and cast that. It can be at range, you said, right?
Yeah, 30 feet.
Awesome. Okay, so it takes off dying, and it goes to wounded. Let me do this real quick. So you gain the wounded condition whenever you lose dying, and you can get rid of that after you get out of battle and you rest. But what that does is the next time you go down, you're immediately at dying 1 plus your wounded condition, so you'd immediately be at dying 2. So he is unconscious, is that what you said? But he's at 0 hit points?
Yeah. And I'd like to use my last action to cast my Divine Font Heal. 1 action, range 30 feet. The healing living creature increase hit points restored by 8.
And you should have an action. You can like target him and make sure you don't target the crocodile, but you should be able to target him and do the heal, I think.
Yeah, just get windows out of the way.
No problem. I'm going to turn off the combat music.
That should be 10.
Oh, because you get a plus with it, or why is it 10?
Yeah, it's verbal somatic. Range has spell has a range of 30 feet. If you're healing a living creature, increase the hit points restored by 8.
Oh, wow. I wonder why it wasn't coded that way. But, okay. So, it will go to, let's see, so another 8. So 12 wounds. Okay. So you have 10 hit points, and you get rid of the unconscious, and you can act normally on your next turn, Shrika. So you are still prone, so I'll put that on you for now, and you've dropped everything that you were holding. But you've got the wounded condition, which again, if you go down again, it'll affect you, otherwise it won't. But you're back up and can take your next turn. You just have to stand up first.
As I spit the water out of my mouth, I yell, "I saw Odin!"
Nice. All right, Kyra, so was that a 2 action?
Yeah, that's 3 in total, so I better pass my turn.
Okay.
Stabby, stabby.
Woo!
Nice.
Nice.
Just fucking die. All right, second attack.
This thing looks like it's got like one of its legs is like barely hanging by a thread. So it looks like it's almost going down.
And I'll try my third attack.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, close.
Right,
But
Yeah.
I think with my modifiers, I actually physically cannot hit it with my third attack.
so the one thing that does work in Pathfinder is like if you get a 20, a natural 20, it'll give you like if normally it would be a miss, it would be a hit. So it's not like an automatic critical hit, but it does allow you to get like so you actually would still hit on a 20, a nat 20. But that's the only way I think you'd hit. All right.
Yeah, nat 20 is a guaranteed hit, whereas a critical is 10 more than
That's
their
right.
armor, right? Yeah.
Yep, you got it. All right, so Mauricio.
Well, I'm going to try my bow once again. I assume the creature's not flat-footed.
Correct.
Damn you in your corners, DM.
Right? I mean, I had to get a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah. Oh, finally.
Oh, no. No. My baby.
Oh, the sick was almost there.
So tell us what happens as this arrow, this killing arrow, flies into the crocodile.
Oh, man. It goes through one eye and then out the other.
Ooh, jeez.
Shut. Yeah.
Kind of hits something in the back of its skull, some kind of bone, and comes right back through. I love it. All right.
It sprays the goblin with all this innards.
All right. So it is dead, and you are now out of combat. So you guys can do what you want. You can look around. If anybody needs healing, you can consider additional healing. So tell me kind of what you'd like to do. But the crocodile is now lying dead in front of you.
Shrika's going to stand up out of the water and look over at Marciel and say, I was a little worried that you didn't know how to use that, but nice shot.
No, I was waiting for the right moment.
It's a beautiful thing. Through both eyes. I love it.
I'll just grin.
So Shrika, just so you know, so now that you're out of combat, the wounded condition will end if someone restores hit points with treat wounds, and that requires a healing kit, which I think at least one or two of you have, or if you're restored to full hit points and rest 10 minutes. So right now you're not restored to full, but...
If I heal myself with one of these elite elixirs, would that do it?
If it gets you to full hit points and you rest for 10 minutes, yep, you're good. And you guys can take a quick break if you want and spend 10 minutes like rummaging around and resting if you want.
I also have healer's tools.
Okay. So you can try to treat wounds, whichever you guys want to do, you're welcome to do.
Yeah, I'll let him treat my wounds.
Be right
While they're
back.
doing that, I'm going to replace my acid splash flask. Because I can do that just for fun when I want.
Okay.
No.
And so
I'm
treat
gonna get
wounds
to that.
should be, I'm looking at it really quick, but I believe it's I think it's a DC 15 check. Give me a sec to take a quick look at it.
Medicine check.
Yes. Yeah, so you spend 10 minutes and do a medicine check.
$17 enough?
Yes, it is, and you do have to be trained, which you are. So yep, you do that, and you restore. Let me check. 2d8 hit points, so you can roll 2d8. All right, so that's 8, and Shrika had 12, so that's 4. So even though it didn't, because you treated wounds, you don't have to go back to full, if I remember right. So you do lose the wounded condition now, Shrika, and everyone is close to full health.
So I see Clumsy is still on Shrika. Is that something?
Clumsy is something you have as part of a Miri because you're wielding this a bastard sword that's larger than typical for you. You always have the clumsy condition on you.
Awesome.
Yeah, because he's using the Titan feat or whatever
Right.
it is, so he can wield that sword, right? Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty. So there's an opening to the left. There's all kinds of debris and crap in this room and broken dressers and things. So what would you like to do?
I'd say
I'd
we
start off thanking Kyra.
carry on forward so that we can, we're on a time limit here. We got 6 hours. And it's probably less than that because once the water starts rising, if we're 5 hours in, there's no way we're getting out in an hour because we'll be moving slower.
I'll have a quick look around the room to see if there's anything worth picking up, then I'll follow on.
Can I look around real quick, just like maybe a perception check or something, just kind of give a glance over?
Yeah, you guys can, and without even doing a check, looking around, you do see in the corner underneath some of the debris, you see a beaten up but what looks to be like a wine red beret, and then you also see a small ivory jewelry box that probably is worth a few gold pieces. So I'm going to throw both of those in the party sheet. One sec.
And then I'm going to proceed on with my stealthy running there.
Sounds good. So that's in the party sheet. So go ahead, since we've changed again. Yeah, in the tower. Thank you. Okay, perfect. All right, so you kind of see as you're kind of walking into, out of this wall, you notice the strong scent of salt water, and you can tell the daily flooding, and you can see that there's a channel that drops down just a little bit that's more like 2 feet of water. So this channel that you can tell is got much deeper water. It's about, like I said, 2 feet or so. And right now you're trudging through a few inches of water on these kind of walkways that are outside of the main channel. They're slick and they're damp, but they're not nearly as thick as the main area.
To the south here, it looks like it ends or goes into a grate or something.
Yeah, it looks like the south ends at a closed off grate. You don't really see anything behind that, but you can kind of see a room to the west, and you see a larger channel up to the north.
Did I hear anything strange?
Just the sloshing as you make your way through, and a little bit of the running water as you kind of see and hear the water as it's kind of running through this area. But that's it.
No bridge or nothing to cross.
No, I mean, these channels aren't that high. I mean, they're probably, like I said, about just under 2 feet high. So the water is kind of spilling over the channel. And then, like I said, the channel's about 2 feet, but there's no bridge. There's just areas of sections of sewers throughout here.
Okay. I'm going to kind of hand signal to them and tell them I'm going to go up and see what I see. I'm going to sneak up here just to get a look. And if there's anything...
And Stooner, as you're kind of looking through there, so what you see, Murasil, is you see kind of almost 3 different sections up there. You see an area, it looks like there's a sewer channel to the west, the north, and the east. And Stooner, you're looking into a room that has tall stone cylinders, and you see a few of them that look like they stand in a line, and you see broken pipes protruding from the ceiling above the cylinders. And every once in a while, as you're kind of looking at them, one of the cylinders will make a kind of a sad grinding sound, and a dribble of water flows down from the top of the cylinder and drips on down to the floor.
Ooh, it's poop.
I'll tell the group what I saw up there and ask them what they think we should do, which way they want to go.
I like the water effects. I did all the line of sight and put this map in myself. Pretty cool.
I want to go the cleaner route.
All right, so you want to go north then, guys?
North gets my vote.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, we can go
I guess
north.
that's
I wouldn't mind peeking my head into this room, but it's okay.
Is that a downstairs or an upstairs that you're standing at, Stooner?
It kind of slightly goes down. They're not real steep, but it slightly goes down.
Okay. Well, I guess I kind of want to go peep in there too, stealthily.
It's nice to have line of sight.
I'm going to sneak in there real quick and just see.
What's your sneak skill?
Or
Your stealth?
+7.
All right, you're one more stealthy than me, so I will watch your back if I can see you, unless you're that sneaky.
Oh, I don't know why I tried again. I approved it, but I don't know why it didn't let you go in.
So, what in the world? All right, so maybe I need...
That's weird. I'm just going to put you in there, but that's kind of strange.
All right, so I'll come sneaking in, and I heard the description you gave, and I'll basically...
And you just see more of the same in a line. You see, what looks to be about 7 of those cylinders.
I'm going to go back, and I'm going to tell everybody...
And there is an opening to the southwest that you see as you walked into the room.
Right, it's just a bigger room, and there is an opening to the southwest, so there's continuation in there as well. And I guess I'll head back north or east or whatever that is. I think the only reason I think it's east, I thought I saw it east.
Yeah, I wonder why it wasn't letting you, I wonder if it was the way you tried to move. That was weird.
Is this some kind of GIF map that the water's moving like that?
Yeah, so I pulled this map in. This adventure isn't in Fantasy Grounds yet, so I converted it and did the line of sight and made the water kind of move in the channels more. So it was kind of fun.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, you can do a lot of things and like isolate the effect to certain areas, and you can actually use that kind of effect to make like images of monsters like look like they're moving a little bit. So I'm going to try to mess around with it later.
I seen a guy had a field with moving with like grass, and then he brought lava down in the middle of it. It was pretty cool. You can get creative. But anyway, I tried to go up there. I don't know what's going on. I can't seem to move anymore.
Oh wait, are you still trying to move? It might have been me that.
I was gonna move up here.
Uh-oh, stacking. I'm gonna.
Stacking. Always the horror.
There we go.
All right, so to the right over there is...
It looks like you can just make out what looks to possibly be an opening, like right in here, but otherwise it looks like the channel ends to the east.
Well, I'm going to do the unforgivable and cross this water.
Yeah, Rob, I tried to make it so that as they talk, all that changes is it lights up and then their name shows up beneath their character. I don't know. I thought that'd be kind of fun, something different.
Oh. Looks like maybe
so the side, you can kind of, as you look in there, Mauricio, the sides of the chamber are kind of rough and uneven, and it looks like it's, the water is definitely still about 2 feet deep, but it looks like it might be much deeper in the center of the area, kind of that darker area looks much deeper. You hear a bunch of sewer gas that's relieving itself as you're down in here in the sewer, sloshing through.
So so what you're saying is the center of that area looks deeper than up here. I got you.
That's right. I don't know how well it comes across, but yeah, it's a lot deeper.
I can creep in. Oh, interesting. Okay.
I'll just follow everyone else.
Yeah, I was waiting for it to open up more, but it doesn't look like it's really opening up.
I mean, it looks like there's an opening up to the northwest, but otherwise, all you see is that kind of that deeper, like you're kind of now on the outside, and
right.
It looks like you could certainly go down and you could kind of see what's in there, but from where you are, it looks like it's got to be 10 or 15 feet deep. You're not quite sure.
Is there a rock in the middle there?
Say again?
That in the middle right there, that dark area, is that a rock or is it just like...
No, it's me trying to signify that the pool is deeper there, so you can't really see as well in there, but you could check it out. You would just kind of have to go underwater for a minute and see what's underneath there if you want to see what's... Because it's about, like I said, probably about 10 or 15 feet deep.
Over to the right here, it looks like it just cuts off. Is that just a
Yeah,
wall?
it just cuts off. It looks like it's just a cavern wall that you see. It's nice to have a line of sight now. It's pretty fun.
It's pretty cool.
It is until you lose sight of your comrades.
Yeah, right.
I kind of freaked out a while ago when I couldn't see nobody. All right, so I'm going to swim to the other side. I'm not going over the deep area at all.
And you don't really need to swim. It's about 2 or 3 feet, deep here. So it's not too bad. It's just the center area. If you'd want to check it out, you'd have to go underwater.
Yeah, Shriek is going to dive down and check out the bottom of that thing.
Okay, so yeah, I don't think it's letting you move through the cavern wall. So I think you just have to there. I think that's why. So if you want to go, put yourself into the pool. Kind of go like show swimming down.
Gloop, gloop, gloop.
Can you guys see Shrika anymore?
Yes.
Oh, you can? Ah, shoot.
Okay.
I thought it was, I thought it showed like, yeah, I thought I, had moved it. But anyway, so you dive down deep, into the pool and you get about 15 feet down and you kind of put your hands on what feels like this large barnacle encrusted, or not too large, but it feels like it's a lockbox. As you're deep down into the pool, there's some kind of lockbox at the bottom.
Do I have the power to pick it up and swim up with my massive thighs?
Yeah, no, you can. It's not enormous, but you can.
All right, I will bring it up and climb up out of there with it.
Okay, so you do that. So you have this box, and it looks like it's sealed with wax. And the lock mechanism itself looks like it's completely broken. Or sorry, it's completely frozen. But you could try an athletics check if you want that to try to kind of pry open the lid. And if you do that, go ahead and give me an athletics check in the tower. Okay, so you try hard and you just can't wrench it free. It kind of feels like it's loosening a little bit, but it's not quite opening up for you.
Anybody want to give me a hand with this? I'm having trouble opening it.
I am
Can
not
turn
too
what off,
very
Rob?
strong.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to pay attention while I DM.
Kyrie,
It's a
you
nice
got some
touch.
biceps.
It's the only thing I don't like, but you can double click your
I'll go
token
over and
you'll see everything
attempt to
at
give a
once.
hand.
Okay, so try again, and this time in the modifier box, why don't you give like a +2 as a circumstance bonus?
Will do.
So the lock almost completely, like, not only freezes up, but you're not sure you can open it up now. You almost completely destroyed the mechanism itself.
Hey, Rogue, do you have tools to possibly pick this lock? We're not able to pop it.
Sure. Let me see what I can do.
I also have acid if you guys need.
Oh, that's a good thing to have on hand.
What do you need me to roll? A thievery check?
To try to, you have thieves' tools? You're trying to open it with thieves' tools?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't remember. So go ahead and, do a thievery check. I don't remember the exact check, but we'll go with that.
I'll pull out a fork.
I'm going to let them finally open this because this is taking too long. All right, so it basically finally like busts off the mechanism, and you open it, and you see an old scrap of paper with the words "For the Ilnuder family matter," and you see a jade cat and 5 gold pieces. Let me find that, and I'll put it in the party sheet. If I made it, which I think I did. All right, so it looks like it's like a little ivory jade cat and some gold.
Nice. And I'm not seeing the other people in the party on my map.
You don't see Kyra?
I don't see anybody, just myself.
Let's
Maybe
once
you
you
need to move me over. Oh. There they are. Okay. I just had to
okay.
get
Maybe
out
I
of
finally did open or close the pool, and maybe you were still showing as being deep in the pool. I was trying to go with that effect so that once you went in there, you couldn't see anybody. It would be, but
yeah, it
anyway.
worked for me.
Cool. All right.
Move up there with
Death out of
my
here.
Stooner friend.
And Stooner can just kind of make out to the west. I mean, you can see it, but for the benefit of the folks on the stream, it looks like there's a much deeper area to the west that you're seeing.
Down is the direction we need to go, I think.
Nothing up here.
Up there,
All right.
to the north. I got a question with him. Where it looks like
Yep.
it's got a southeast, I think. Looks like the angle there looks like that opens up into something up there.
It looks like it opens up a bit. I mean, it kind of has the name of where below the playhouse, but yeah, it looks like it's deeper water up there as well. But it looks like to the west, you can see more of an open area. So stand by. Give me 1 second.
Oh, that's a wall.
Who's that? Boston Sewer.
I was trying to like walk into there and check shit out, but I walked right into a wall.
Enter the wall walker.
Right? I had a character in 5e a long time ago that could mold through walls as long as they're made out of rock.
Huh.
I thought I had
So many times I
another.
got to use that skill.
We'll just do that. All right. Sorry, I'll do the
I'll
rolling
take a
after
lot,
I get here.
but-
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Mauricio, as you get there, you see crashing water and occasional bits of flotsam. So you see all kinds of debris. I think, guys, what's happening is if you try to move through an area you can't, it just won't let you. So I can move you if I need to, but it won't let you move straight
Yeah,
through.
it actually lets you
line
run
of
into
sight.
the wall, right?
Which is cool, yeah. So there's a large pool that fills the entire cavern to the northwest. And you also see just in front of you, and it's not depicted right here, but right to the west, right here, you see a barnacle-covered boat that is moored. The craft, it looks like it's mostly filled with water, and there's a rope securing it to the shore, and it's saturated and beginning to rot. But it's not completely filled. It looks like it's just kind of got a fair bit of standing water in it. And it does look like this lake goes deep beyond up to the northwest, further over there. Actually, I think I lied. Mauricio is going down. There's the boat. I lied. You see the boat down there, Mauricio, as you look down to the southeast.
Oh, I see.
So there's the boat that's kind of moored to the shore there.
All right. Nothing else here other than that, though, right?
And it is, I mean, it kind of looks, because I couldn't do the effect, but it is floating. So it does look like it's, you could look closer at it to see if you think you could use it. But yeah, it's moored down there, and it's got some water in it. And then it looks like this area goes further deeper into the northwest.
Hey, how many people do you think that boat can hold, Marcio?
3, maybe? Oh, maybe 4 with a goblin.
Maybe we should commandeer it so we can get across these lakes.
Possibly. I don't really like walking in the water.
I'll go grab it. So Shrika's plan is to unmoor the boat and bring it over to the party and see if we want to use it as transport.
Yeah, and it looks like, I mean, you have to spend a few minutes kind of getting water out of it. But it looks like, it'll make it a bit. It's not the sturdiest thing you've seen, but you think the 4 of you can fit in there. So, yep. So you can do that.
All right, I'll tow it out and say, pile in. I think we got transport.
Yep. And that is one I did not create, but I'll say that the 4 of you are in the boat as you think you're kind of making your way towards the northwest together. And if it works for you all, because this is a good time since I'll have a different map, do you guys want to take, I'll give it up to you guys, 5 or 10, just a quick break I can get the next map set up and you guys can refill coffee or do what you want. How much time do you guys want?
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'll be about 6 minutes to have a smoke, so.
Okay, does everybody want, let's just say, we'll just say 8 minutes. Let's go with that. Somewhere around 8 minutes. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone. This is fun. Let me know what you're thinking of the stream.
Can I ask a question if you're here?
Of course. Yeah. I'm going to go make some coffee. But yeah, go for it.
This line of sight thing, like right now, all right, on my screen, there's a diagonal line going down next to that boat, just to the left of the boat. So I'm assuming there's more there since it's not a crooked line, right?
Yeah, there is. There is more.
Is there a way to reveal that without having to depend on line of sight, or you just have to go with it?
Well, I mean, I moved you down so you could see it. But the point is, when you have line of sight turned on, you're not using the mask, so that people do need to rely on their line of sight to see things. So I could certainly reveal it, but it's a little bit harder because I'd have to unmask it.
You have a mask over top of this then.
Right. Yeah. And actually, I'm not sure how I could do that now that I say that to you. I think I'd have to go in, turn the mask on, turn it off. I'm not sure. Once you do line of sight, I think you're kind of committed to the players with line of sight. Maybe somebody in the chat will say something that runs other games.
Well, I just started running Unity, and I'm trying to learn all this map.
This is my second session running, so I hear you.
We played last night, and I could not remember how to do the effects as far as making them exclusive. You know what I mean? A couple weeks ago, for the holidays, I'd ran to several games, and I was working out great. And now I can't remember. So it's like the whole map's got water across it. Oh,
that is just with line of sight. There's a way you do it with a mask. And I'd have to go back and remember exactly how to do it. But there's like a masking. You basically turn the water feature on everything, and then you turn off with the mask the areas you don't want it to have. So that's what you do.
Okay, I knew it was something like that. I just could not remember.
All right, I'm going to go get some coffee real quick while we take our break. Thanks, guys. I'll be back in just about 5 minutes. Going to take a quick coffee break. And yeah, let me know what you're thinking about the sounds using OBS Ninja, the setup of the stream. Any feedback you have, I appreciate, guys. All right, I'm back. Let's see if the players are back soon. They're still AFK. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. That's fun. I'm trying the OBS Ninja for my sounds, so you'll have to let me know if it sounds better, worse, same. But it's a lot easier, and it's just a double-click setup for me. And, yeah, really easy. And for the players, they click one link in the message of the day, and good to go. Turn it off. Turn what off? Turn off line of sight or music? Let's see. I don't think I can do the ready check in FGE yet. No, that works. I don't think the ready check official extension works. But yeah, that works. The vote still works. I'm in my basement. Have all the lights off behind me.
I've returned.
I'm back.
All right, I think everyone's back. Excellent. So, as you're getting through the water in this little boat, you come to a rocky beach at the top here in the northwest, and it's covered in assorted refuse, and it kind of meets the water down to the southeast here, and to the northwest, it looks like what must have been a natural cavern wall partially collapsed by settling ground on the water side, and it reveals an area beyond of worked stone all throughout here. And the chamber within is large and constructed of a pale green stone. And there's all kinds of passages that you see around here to the northeast and southeast, while there's a grand staircase that rises to the northwest. Svenster, I'm using both Discord and Ninja.
Token. I'm not sure if it's on the map yet. Or...
Oh, shoot. Sorry, guys. I need to share the map with you. That would help. As I'm talking and explaining what you see.
I was looking at a giant black map with nothing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
me too.
Do you see it now, though?
Actually, it's still all black for me.
Oh, it's still all black?
I can see this map now.
Okay.
See the grid as well, if you're wanting to show the grid. I don't know if you are or not.
Oh, you know what? I don't know why the grid. Let me see if I can undo that. I'm not sure why the grid is on there. It's a good question.
My favorite feature so far is the fact that I can make the grid invisible.
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure why it's on. Now I'm not sure how to turn that off. I guess it's probably not the end of the world, but
yeah, it's all right.
It's weird.
No.
All right. So, Kyra, I'm going to move you. Let's see. Why is Kyra? I'm going to try this again and delete you and move you back on. I'm going to move you back on.
Oh, yeah. It's the wrong token, I think.
I think that's what it was. All right. So you guys are, I mean, you're still in the boat, but you're welcome to get up to the rocky shore if you'd like to move up.
Dynamic lighting's so cool.
I like it, yeah. You kind of have to look on each player to kind of try to see what they see, but it does, I think it adds a lot. So yeah, you're just seeing all kinds of passageways and things. You also see, as you're looking up to the northwest, there's a wide gallery with a colorful mural around it. You can't quite see from where you are. And to the northwest, there's more stairs that rise into a large room with some type of large carved figure that towers over the room.
Shrika's going to grab a rock off the ground and walk up to the stairway and throw it up there to see if anything happens. By the where that statue is.
So up here?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you get a little bit closer, you can see that it's some type of statue with the body of an eel and the visage of a horrifying, like, deep-sea fish with some kind of grasping tentacles. But so kind of drop me an arrow of kind of where you're trying to throw the rock.
Right to the base of the statue.
Okay. So give me some type of, I don't know, athletics check just for fun.
All right.
Oh, stand by one second. Okay, so you throw it up there, and it kind of clatters against the statue and kind of falls a little bit behind it. But as you do that, something happens.
Uh-oh. It was at that moment that Kara knew she had fucked up.
Nice.
No, we're still down here.
You hear this. You hear this moaning and shambling as out from underneath, from behind the statue, you see two zombies, things that look like they must be zombies, are shambling around the statue. So everyone roll initiative for me as these things kind of are coming out to see what made that noise. All right. So, Mauricio, these things are not all that fast, of course. So, you certainly got the jump on them as they come up to try to come around the statue. I was trying to hide them around that statue, damn it. But, because you guys couldn't see him at first, right? Because of the statue?
Nope,
No, I
did not
couldn't
see him.
see.
I love that. So, Mauricio, you see these... What's that?
I'm always concerned just running up the stairs like Rocky and getting my butt taken down.
Bastard. So, yeah, Mauricio, so you are, you see these zombies, you have line of sight to them as they come out to investigate.
All right, so I can move and still attack twice, right?
You can move, yep, with one action, and now, I mean, I guess the question is, did you have your weapon out? If you think you would have, then I'll give it to you this time, because normally you have to pull out your weapon as an action, but you could move, pull your weapon, and okay. So you can, you can move, and then so you've used one action, and now you can. Let's see. I think it's. Oh, you're just trying to see what range it is?
well, I'm trying to get to where I can get within 60 feet of it, so I'm creeping up the stairs to the top. So I'm doing.
Got it.
Get just within range. All right, so I'm going to fire a couple arrows at it.
Okay.
On the right tab here. All right, here we go. Oh, yes.
Oh boy. And this arrow slams into the zombie.
Okay.
And I think because it had an acted, it's flat-footed, right? Is that right?
Yeah, and so I need to do that. I think that's right. I put sneak attack on it. Now I just got to do the regular damage, right?
Correct.
Holy shit.
Whoa. And this arrow just finds its mark and slams into this thing. And very much, it stumbles, almost falls down, but it's now got its eyes right on you.
Yeah, I'm going to fire one more time.
Okay, make sure you do the second one, but yep, you're good.
Oh, come on.
Oh, DM dice mod. I can kind of jiggle the dice at the end if I want. Just kidding. All right. So somehow the zombie, God, everybody else's rolls were bad, so the zombie gets to go, so he goes. And the way movement works, I haven't really been enforcing this, I probably should, is the first vertical is 5, and then the second vertical would be 10. So that's 5, 10, 15, and 25. That's 25. So it does that, and then it goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So it can run, it goes twice, and then I guess it'll go, its third action, it'll run down to you here as its hand comes up to claw at you, or its jaws biting. It's not sure which yet, but it goes right up to you, and that's all it can do. So zombie, let's see. Oh, I didn't move the wrong one. Same one's going to do it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's one action. 5, 2 actions. It will not flank you because it's not that smart, but it'll go right there with its third action as it brings up a rotting fist to try to attack you. All right. Kyra.
Seeing that, and I don't like undead at all. I'll
But they look nice. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll draw my sword.
Okay. And there is water in here. You can kind of see an ever slight movement in the map. It's only a few inches deep, though. You got one more action. As it slams into the zombie with a critical hit. Yep. So that really seemed like it did a ton of damage to it. Really affected it. It kind of the sword almost gets stuck inside it. It slices so deep into him.
Nice. I'll hit again.
Now I think that was your third action, right? Because I think you moved, drew your sword, and then attacked.
Oh, draw your sword. Yes, of course.
No problem. All right, but we're going to Shrika.
All right, Shrink is gonna unsheath her bastard sword, move to there, and I think that's flanking, but I don't know what the mechanic is for flanking.
Yeah, flanking if you're exactly on the opposite. So right now you and Mauricio would be flanking the zombie. So it would be flat-footed to you. Give me 1 second. I want to check something out. I want to see if it's already in the modifier. So yeah, if you click on the plus minus in the top right to the modifier, I think you can click flat-footed and then attack, and it should give you the bonus.
I see it there. I will do.
So let's try that. It should work. That way I don't have to try to do an effect.
All right, with the bastard sword, first attack.
Oh, and somehow it misses, but it did give it defensive effect -2. So I think it took 2. Yeah, it should have been 2 easier to hit for it. So I think that worked.
No matter. Yeah, I pulled my sword. I moved. So do I get a second attack, or is movement part of what?
Movement is an action. So if you moved, pulled your sword, and attacked, that's 3 actions.
Sounds good.
Fumbus.
I'll move here. I'm gonna throw a firebomb at this motherfucker.
Ooh, and that slams into it.
Nice.
Oh, and it definitely hits it as it catches a little bit on fire.
And I'll pull out my sword as my last action.
Okay.
Or my glorified dagger.
All right, Mauricio.
All right, so question for you. In Pathfinder 2, if I want to get away from this situation, how can I back away safely? Is there an option for that, or?
There is. So what it's called is a step. So you take a 5-foot action and you can move away. And remember, not everything has an opportunity attack. But if it did, you won't get an opportunity attack if you take a step action, which is, like I said, like a 5-foot step back.
So just 5 foot max?
Yep.
When can you do that?
I mean, you can do that anytime. You can do that anytime on your turn. I mean, so you could take 5 foot as one action, then you could move as much as you want as your second action. But the step itself is a 5-foot action.
So what I want to do is I want to attack so according to this, I can use, if I use a finesse melee weapon, you can add your dexterity modifier to the damage roll instead of strength. I think this one's got built in for the strength, if I'm not mistaken, showing a +2 to damage. I'm assuming that's my strength on that, so I would have to add an additional modifier in the box if I want to use my dex, right?
Give me 1 second. How's that?
Showing a +2. I'm sorry?
Did that work? Did that?
That's more, yeah.
All I did was in your weapon. I just hit the magnifying glass in the weapon and changed it to dex.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
I'm not sure why it would have been strength, but that's, yeah.
I just didn't want to mess with anything you've done, you know, until you told me it's okay. So
I appreciate that. It's always good to ask the DM. You never know what they're going to do if they get mad.
Just remember that when I'm bleeding. All right, so I'm going to attack with this rapier. Smokes, man. Let's see, where's the combat tracker? Okay, he is play. Okay, all right. $18.
Holy moly. Slams into it.
Take some damage. Nice.
Oh yeah, some of the sounds are automatically working. I like it.
And a 5, of course. And then I'm going to step here.
And was that that's your third? How many actions did you? Oh, you did 2 attacks and then 1 back.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So Zombie 2 is going to turn to Shrika, and it is going to attack you. It's trying to bite you. It's so close to you. It's trying to bite you here. Or wait, no, sorry. It's going to first try to reach out and touch you, grab you, and not in a nice way. Damn it. All right, so it's going to try again to reach out to you and attack. And that missed again. So its third, yeah, it's just going to keep mindlessly swinging its fists at you, trying to latch on and grab you. Yes, and it does not. It stumbles so much it can't reach out and grab you. And it was not smart enough to get rid of the fire, but I guess it did end. It kind of, maybe it patted itself, but it got rid of the fire on its end of its turn. And this zombie, first action is going to move up towards Kyra. And the second, it's going to try to reach out and grab you, smash you. And it hits you, and it does 12 points of damage as this thing just grabs at you, and you are grabbed. So give me that 1 second. So you are grabbed, and then with its third action, it is going to try. Oh wait, it does. So as its claws reach or kind of scratch into you, you feel something in your body, and let's see how bad it is. Okay. And so you feel this something take hold in your body. You're not sure quite what, but does not feel good. And it's trying to pull you in closer now and bite you. And it misses. It just kind of stumbles in the water. Somehow it must have kind of lost its footing. And it is... Whose turn is it now? It's the other zombie. Yes, go ahead.
Curiosity. I don't think I'll do this later, but I just want to learn.
Uh-huh.
So for the flanking maneuver, I would have to be... I'm assuming if he's attacking Kyra, so he's facing her, I'm assuming. So I would have to be, what, like in this spot here?
Yes, the number 2 you would. That's exactly right. Or you could be on the other side of the number 9. And you can move through. You have to do an action called tumble through. But you can move through the square of another creature. Yeah. So, like, you can move through the even a hostile creature. But you have to do an action called tumble through.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
So this zombie it actually sees Mauricio, and for some reason it's not going straight out to Kyra, but it's going to swing at Mauricio. It's not smart. Oh wait, did I already do both actions? No. I must have accidentally passed my turn on the number. So number 9 is going to attack Mauricio. All right. And it hits. Wow. Does some serious damage. And you feel something. Let's see. And you feel something take hold in your body as well. And this time it is going to try to... Hold on. I need to do something else to Kyra.
Good Lord. Yeah, just have at it.
It's an 18 DC. Woo!
Kyra is actually not grabbed because I didn't do the right action for it, but we are going to see if it can grab you, Kyra.
I can't laugh.
So this time it does grab you, but it takes an action. All right, so that was its second action. So with its third action, it will try to bite you. But it's going to take a minus here to do so. Oh, and it misses badly. All right, so Mauricio, you were hurt pretty badly from its fist, but and you are grabbed. So you can still attack, but right now you are grabbed.
Well, as it's grabbed onto me, I like to actually hold its hands onto my body.
Wait, say again?
I don't think he was grabbed. Right?
No, you're not. I made a mistake because I had to do an action to grab you, so you're not grabbed.
Right, okay.
Mauricio is, but you're not.
I'll just strike at the zombie with my scimitar then.
Okay.
Zombie 9.
Nice. Slices deep into it. Oh, wow. And this thing just crumples in a heap splashes into the water.
Nice.
Very nice.
One action. The second action, I'll go for the other one.
Okay. Nice.
Very nice roll.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Don't play Kyra.
Don't play with the cleric, man.
Told you I don't like undead.
Yeah, that's right. All right.
And I kind of stumble back, sort of gather myself.
All right. So yeah, you got some pretty injured party members here.
Yeah.
So you can take a quick break.
I look around. I'm injured myself. And I'll see who needs healing. I turn to Mauricio and say, how are you?
Good. Not very good. I just about bought it back there. I'm barely hanging on.
How many times can I use this divine font? Is it one use?
I'd have to look at it. Did you see it says one use?
I'm not sure if it has like one use per day or anything like that.
Let me take a look at it. Oh, it's one focus point. So if I remember right, you can use it. And then I think, I'm trying to read down to see if it tells you when you get it back. I'd probably have to look that up, but I think you get your focus points back after resting for like 10 minutes or so. I don't think you need like a full rest, but you do only have one.
Yeah.
So if you want to do that, I can look that up while you're doing the healing if you want.
Think about healing myself, but also see Mauricio is injured, so I will heal them.
Shrika has a couple healing elixirs if anybody, if you run out of stuff you can do.
Handy.
Yeah, I've got one as well. I can actually use it right now if you think I should.
Yeah, you're down to 3, right? One more hit,
Yeah.
more out.
Oh yeah.
While they're healing, I'm gonna whip myself up my missing firebomb that I had.
Sounds good.
And Shriek is going to go up and examine the statue a little closer.
Get +8 on that, by the way.
Wait, say again?
The heal I just rolled, actually, roll by accident. You get +8 on that.
Yeah, I wonder why that's not. Let me look at yours for a second.
I see why. I'm using just the basic
Oh,
D8.
okay. Okay.
There is the second one with the +8.
Yeah. So, but I can do that. So should Kyra be at, did you do it on yourself? Should you go to 4 points then, wounds?
No, that's on Mauricio.
Okay. Oh, so Mauricio, he will be 0 wounds. Okay.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And I did look up at, so for your focus spells, you can do a activity called refocus that takes 10 minutes. And as long as you've used at least 1 point, you can get your focus back.
Yeah, I'd like to do that if
Sure.
the party agrees.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
while you're doing that, I'll search around here.
Absolutely. So, you look closer and like I said, there's this huge statue with the body of an eel, and you see kind of some benches and various potteries. It's all relatively destroyed as you look around this. There's, again, a little bit of water that's coming through here, and you all are noticing as longer you guys are in here, the water is beginning to rise a little bit. But other than the statue and the various kind of like, looks like what may have been clay pots and benches, you don't see anything else at the top of the stairs.
And we didn't see anything down these random hallways, did we?
I don't think you went, not at first glance. I don't think you've gone very, I don't think you saw some things that look like they may have gone deeper, but you didn't explore anything else.
Right. I think that's just what our line of sight showed us.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm trying to learn here about Unity real quick. So, like, I see areas that are dark where obviously we saw into them. Should they be disappeared from me since I'm not over there standing looking down them? Why can I still see them?
Are you saying like you, and I can't really see what you're...
I can see 2 hallways going up to there, but I'm not even nowhere where I can see that. So why would I?
Well, probably.
And I know, and I remember. Is that?
I think so. I think that's the general idea, is that it's not completely masked to you, but you can't. I assume it's still relatively dark, but yeah, you probably have an idea what's up there. I assume. Look, this is my first time running with a line of sight too.
So yeah, if I understand right, where it's shaded like that, a little darker than normal, if an enemy's in there, you can't see him because you saw it before and you know what's there, but you can't see down that hall, and the enemies can be there.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So it looks like there's, Stooner, where you are, it looks like there's probably the passageway continues down to the left, down to the south once you get past the west.
Oh, okay.
And obviously, Mauricio, you see a pretty long passageway up there, and it looks like there's a couple other passageways to your east and kind of northeast.
Which way do you want to go, gentlemen?
Splitting the party, I like
We've
it.
got all sorts of ways to go here, guys.
Is there one of the passageways that goes down quicker?
What do you mean down quicker?
Like more steps? It takes us deeper than the other passageways?
It looks like, it looks like maybe down to the where Stooner is, there's steps leading down a bit, both to the, but I mean, you can't really tell, but it looks like maybe steps to the west lead down just a bit.
Good. We want to get to the basement, boys.
Mauricio, were you trying to go down too? I just didn't want to stack you. Okay.
I can't. Well, for whatever reason, I can't see them no more. So I was moving.
Well, that's because you don't have a line of sight because you're in the hallway, so they're actually out of your line of sight. If you move like 2 squares to the left, you'll see them.
Oh, I see.
There you go.
Okay. Yes, I suppose I could go down here. You want to go down here? I'll go ahead and stealth and look and all that good crap.
All right. I will stealth behind him.
Sounds like a wonderful.
Okay, give me stealth rolls if you would in the tower, just so I know kind of what they're at. Okay, perfect.
And these stairs here are going on down, right?
It looks like, yeah, both to the west and to the south, they go down a little bit. It looks like that just opens up into a kind of a room. There's not much else. It's just ankle-deep water, and it looks like it's mainly, yep, there's some stairs going in there. 1 second. Sorry for the page turning, guys. I'm trying to look if there's anything else. Looks like there's a little bit of a trough of a deeper water in the center. But there, you can see through it. It's not like it's not like the other room where it was something that you couldn't see through.
Hmm.
And it looks like there's something, Mauricio, you kind of see something up in the northwest corner, just right above you. Oh, stacked.
And I'm still left behind.
Okay, so stand by 1 second. So as you're passing by that hallway, you notice like a broken, prominent hole in the western wall, and some of the bricks have crumbled and fallen, creating a small opening into the room beyond. And the walls are showing signs of being scratched or clawed. But right now you cannot, it's not something you can go into. Right now you can see it. And it looks like, actually, Mauricio, give me a crafting check or something like that in the tower. Oh, so you're not sure. It looks like certainly there's you can see into the room, but you don't really know much about whether or not you can get in, whether you can't. You're just not really familiar with stone and masonry, so you're not really sure what to think.
So right here,
yeah, there's a broken, like a hole through the wall, and
well, I will. Yeah, I was gonna say, come on up here and look at this.
I'm small, right? So
I'll look around here.
Might make a difference.
Okay.
Okay. So give me again a crafting check or something along that lines, or a stone. Okay. So it looks to you like something has been kind of working at this wall, and that whatever it might be in there is probably maybe 1 or 2 weeks away from breaking out on their own. It looks like it would be easier on your side, but it looks like something's been trying to get out.
I'll relay that information to my party.
Well, shit, I was under a different impression. Okay.
And as you do that, you can kind of hear some rumbling in the room, and you can hear something that's kind of shuffling around. And you see this creature come out and kind of is looking at you. He says, "Hello, who goes there?" And he's got this really pale looking skin, really taut around him, completely disheveled. And he's like, what are you doing here? See if I can find an image for you.
Oh, well, friendly.
It is talking to you.
Well, I tell him, I'm like, well, I'm Stooner the Magnificent, and we're here because something keeps fucking up a Goblin King's basement playhouse.
Okay.
And how well can he see me? In my opinion.
I mean, you think he can see you pretty well, at least through the wall. Yeah, you think he's got a pretty good eye on you.
Damn. I was gonna fucking start palming a fucking flask of fire, but if he can see me that clearly, I'm not gonna do that because I can pull it out like super fast anyways. It's one of my skills.
And give me, Stooner, since you can see through there, give me a society check while you're thinking about what to do.
Absolutely. And I'll ask him what he's doing here and how long has he been here to look that goddamn fugly.
Okay, so as you're looking at it, you can see the tattered remains of his clothes, and the way he's speaking to you and his clothes. It seems like the style is literally 500 years out of date. So you think it's super old, and that he comes from a much different time. And so you ask him. He says, "I was prisoned here, chained and bricked up behind this wall." And the same wall where I slept and maybe died? I woke then and broke the chains, searched for escape, but there was none. So I slept again until the ground shook. Since then I have drifted and chipped away, slowly. A crack I noticed after the shaking. This hole is all I've been able to create. And as far as how long, I don't know. Time has passed in and out of sleep, drifted for so long, so very long.
Okay, well, who is your king or who is in charge of Pathfinder Society? The last you remember.
The last I remember, I don't remember who it was, but I do remember that a family in Absalom fear my secret. There's some secret to keep, a secret I can bargain with. I know much. I beg you to free me, guide me to the surface, and I will share my secret. Perhaps then I will know peace.
I'll just give him like the hold on a second thing, and I'll look at my party and be like, "What do you guys think?"
Well, he doesn't look like the person who's talking, that's for sure.
And Kyra, are you staying up there, or do you want to come down at all? Or are you staying where you are? You're pretty far away.
I'm actually waiting to move, to be honest. I did try and move my token, but I'm still waiting for it to be
I think you have to move. Okay, you have to move down straight in the line of sight and then move over. That's why. But I can. There you go. And then you can. Yeah. Then you can move. That's one thing it won't let you do.
Right.
So assuming you guys are all up there, do me a favor and Kyra, give me a religion check in the tower. And everybody else can do what you want.
I could tell if this guy's lying to me.
Sure, give me, I have to remember what that is, but 1 second.
Like, I'm assuming he's telling the truth about fucking someone having a secret, but I don't know if he was...
Give me, I guess, a deception check in the tower. And so, Kyra, you think, as and you were down here and listening, and you haven't really caught a glimpse too much, but you do think that allowing this being to reveal his secret to the world will allow his spirit to finally pass on. And so, Stooner, as you're listening to it and you have a really good eye on him, you have a pretty good idea that you think he's telling the truth.
I'll relay my gut feeling to my comrades that, I don't know, I think we should... it might be a terrible idea, but I think we should let this guy out. But the thing is we got to get him up there without anyone seeing him. We were specifically told that if we're gonna do some janky fucking shit, to not let anyone see it. And
that's right. They remember.
If you guys see this guy, you trust me. You don't want normal people seeing him.
He
He's
may
not pretty.
disappear if he reveals the secret. He may disappear because of his soul gets released.
Yeah, but there's goblins and humans up in the only way that we know how to get out of here, right?
Yeah.
I'll turn my attention to him. I'll be like, do you remember any way to get out of this place besides going across a lake and through a basement of a house?
And he says, no, I don't remember anything else. No, I don't. Hold on. Excuse me,
We
guys.
could
Sorry.
look around.
Yeah, do we want to break him out and bring him with us to look around, or do we want to leave him here, go look around, come back?
Well, we might
What
be able
did
to
you-
ask him to reveal the secret, and then he'll just go away and be released.
Well,
And he
has
says,
to
you
do that
can
to
shackle
specific
me,
family.
do whatever you want, and I want to be free and share my secret.
Oh, we got to let him out. I got you. Sorry, I missed that part.
Over
Yeah.
Stoner. Stoner, do you trust him?
Yeah, I shouldn't say I trust him, but I do not believe that he's lying to us. I think he's saying exactly what he intends, but
Thanks,
gonna
Long
attack
Shot,
like
for the
one. He's
follow.
a
Real Long
crocodile
Shot. I
today,
appreciate
so-
that.
My opinion might not be pitch point perfect anymore.
Yeah, I think we should break him out. I can kick the rest of the wall down.
All right, anyone got shackles or something to tie him up with?
I think he has some in there that he broke out of. We can reattach, possibly.
Or just like some
Rope
rope,
him
tie
up.
his hands in front of him, and just I'll walk behind him. So if he does anything stupid, I'll bomb his ass with fire.
I like it.
While this is going on, I'm going to drink my elixir of life.
Perfect. Oh yeah, and we found some items in the dungeon that could be useful. So if you want to break him out, we'll get him all chained up and bring him with us, and we'll help him get out of here so he can share his secret and be free.
Okay, so you guys can easily break down the barrier on your side if you are you. Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, Shrika will get against the back wall and start kicking at it, trying to break it down.
Okay. And so you spend, call it 15, 20 minutes, and he kind of backs away a little bit just to let you kind of get through the rocks. But after 10 or 15 minutes, you're able to break through a good hole in the wall. And he says, thank you so much. And he just kind of stands there, comes towards you. He just kind of stands there and waits to see what, you all will do next.
Did Kyra recover her divine point as he's standing up there relaxing?
Yes, definitely.
Excellent.
Yeah, we'll chain him up and bring him with from the
Okay.
front though, so he can, needs to scratch his nose. He can still scratch his nose. Not like we're gonna be dicks about it, but
And he puts his hands out, and he obviously is content to go with you, so he does it willingly and lets you take him with you.
We will ask him if he remembers anything in the basement that's dangerous from his past.
He says it's been so long. Many things have been down here, but I haven't heard anything in so long now.
right. If you guys want to take him, I'm just gonna step away from the computer for 2 minutes here. I still
Sure.
got my headset on though.
No
But
problem.
yeah, just move my character with the group, please. And yeah, we'll take him and we'll see what else is around here and see if we can find a way out without scaring the shit out of a bunch of normies.
Okay.
Real quick, this elixir of life, it says elixir restores 1d6 hit points and the bonus is +1. Do I add the +1 to the dice roll?
Let me look.
Because it only added the flat dice roll.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If it should be, let's do this. One sec. I'll just add. Should have had the bonus in there. There we go. So now you can just do it.
Yeah, because I've already got the HP from the flat dice roll, but I didn't get the +1, so I just put the +1 on.
Oh, I put it on your sheet, so it should. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, if you've already done it, if you can't do it yourself, I'll do it for you. But yeah, you can go ahead and add it.
I went ahead and add the +1 on mine as well if I need it.
It's not letting me change my...
It probably won't. I probably have to do it. So give me 1 sec. So you should be down to 5 wounds. Was that for you or is that for Kyra or Sharika?
Done it.
Okay, good. Perfect. Okay. So it looks like that's another dead end down at the bottom, Mauricio, that you're down to, but he is shackled and he's kind of walking with you.
Yeah, I'm just there looking it out. It's like just an empty room, right?
Correct.
I wouldn't mind to give it a once over from here, just with my eyes. Maybe smell.
Sure. You look around and it's pretty clear that it seems to you like it's just what it seems. It's just another empty room. As the water level, you are noticing it's starting to get higher and higher on you now.
I think that's our cue, guys, to get the fuck out of here.
No shit. So...
Are we in agreement to GTFO, or does anyone want to keep exploring?
No, we gotta.
It's fine.
All right. Gwydion, can you just move us to the...
I will. Yep,
room?
I will do that 1 sec.
Because with this small quarters, it's kind of hard not to just...
No, exactly. All right, so you move to the boat, and you get back into the boat, and give me a second, and I will get you on the next map.
I'm going to work on, making a cloak out of my bedroll that
Okay.
this guy can wear so he's not so obviously fucking hideous to look at if we make it out of here
Nice.
alive.
Okay. All right, so I won't put you on the map. I mean, you guys know how to get back out. You know how to get back to the bed, the basement, and so you make your way back to the basement. So tell me as you're about to make your way back up, and we'll do this a little bit theater of the mind. But tell me how you want to head back up the stairs and how you want to handle this with your prisoner here with you. What do you try to do?
Yeah, anyone good at lying? Because I am really bad at it.
Might be best to send the stealthy one ahead to scout out first, see if the coast is clear or whatever, or see if anyone's walking around.
Okay, I mean, you definitely, as you're kind of peeking up there, you see Zuzgut. It looks like he's kind of anxiously waiting for you. You see the other mercenaries are still kind of in their corner, but you see Zuzgut talking to some of his advisors, and he's kind of anxiously waiting for you to come back.
So I got an idea.
Notice as soon as we come out. We gotta have a good reason for having this dude with us.
So if we ask him if we can wrap him up in the blanket, we can throw him over my shoulder, and I can walk out with him covered, so they won't know what it is.
Okay, so is that what you're going to go with? Try to sneak him through and smuggle him through?
Yeah, and if anybody asks, we'll just say we need supplies. This is way more dangerous than we thought, and we're going to get supplies.
Okay, so give me, if you're going to do that, give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Okay. So Shrika, it's not, it looks like they're not paying a lot of attention. So as you're doing that, it looks like, you're able to kind of start getting through the playhouse, and he doesn't really notice you as you guys are sneaking through. It's just, there's a lot of chaos. There's other performances going on. So Zuzgut actually does not see you as you guys are sneaking through the playhouse.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Do you think we should give him a better chance by the rest of us being a little bit flamboyant? So get everyone's attention maybe in the opposite direction of where he's heading, give him a little bit extra time to get the fuck out.
Could do. A bit of a distraction.
Yeah.
And
Just,
what if they
loud
are...
and rambunctious, like...
Unless, Gwydion, you're saysaying we made it out successfully.
No, you can go through, and if you want to continue to try to go through the playhouse and get outside while the others, either make a distraction or talk to Zuzgut, yeah, you can do that.
All right, I'll book it to the door and get out.
Yeah, and I'll, very, very openly head straight towards Zuzgut.
Okay.
At a good pace, too, so it looks like I'm doing something important.
Okay, so he, Zuzgut, turns his head towards you, Stooner, and he says, "Oh, you're back. What happened? Tell me. What of your travels underneath the playhouse? What occurred?"
Well, I'll tell him if he's hungry, there's a giant alligator down there that tried to eat us and almost succeeded, right in the basement. And then if you keep searching, there's a giant lake that goes up and down, and it leads to some sort of weird-ass temple that we got attacked by zombies with this thing with the body of an eel and the head of some weird, creepy-ass fish. And it looks like a maze, and then the water started to come up, so we said, we have gained enough information, and your big green thing with the giant mouth is dead.
It was dead. It's dead. Show me. Can you had such a good performance before. Can you all give me a performance and show me what it was like to be down there? And he points to the stage below.
Yeah, I don't see why not. We could probably react it out.
Okay. So you do that, and everyone has their eyes on you, and you go through and explain the entire adventures, and everyone is cheering as you go through and describe the battle you fought with the giant crocodile. You hear cheers rise up in the room, and everyone is excited, and you hear, "We be heroes, we be heroes." Everyone is extremely happy that the monster has been defeated. And once the play is over, Zuzgut looks at you, and he's it looks like he's counting heads, and he counts a few different times and says, Did we lose one of you? Weren't there 4 of you? Why are there only 3?
I'll look around and be like, I don't know, he came out here with us. Must have to go to the bathroom or something.
Do we need to send a party for him? Is he lost underneath the playhouse?
No, he came out with us.
No.
I then step forward, big smile on my face. It's okay. He's just hung back a little bit to make sure the coast is clear, make sure everything's okay, make sure everything's safe. He'll be out in a minute.
So give me a deception or a diplomacy check in the tower.
Diplomacy.
So he doesn't look really convinced. And he's kind of shaking his head like he's trying to think what could possibly these people be trying to cover up. But he doesn't seem really convinced with what you're saying. But he doesn't overtly try to do anything.
Put my hand on his shoulder, and I'm gonna say, no, you didn't see. He came out and went out and left. Said he had to go check on something in town. So I think he's gone now. I saw him go out.
All right, give me a deception check in the tower. And he kind of you can feel him visibly relax and look at you and says, "Okay, fair enough. Well, thank you all so much. You've done a great service to the Crooked Toes, and I'm sure you need to get back to your venture captain, and I'm sure he'd love to hear more about what happened here. But you always have a place with the Crooked Toes here now, and we'd you're friends of us anytime you want to come back, and all the goblins are cheering and shaking, nodding their heads as Uzgut talks to you.
I'll tell him, dude, it hooks up to a giant lake and it has salt water, so you might want to keep your eye on that. I don't think anything will come back, but it's probably not too difficult for another giant fucking crocodile to get in there.
Gotcha. So he listens intently and appreciates the information.
Yeah, I'll even suggest that he might want to leave a guard down there in the room where we killed the one, so they at least have some sort of advance warning.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. So clearly they're allowing you to leave, and Shrika is waiting outside, and you all make your way out of the playhouse and back towards the main area in Absalom, where Drendel Drang, the venture captain, is waiting to debrief with you. So you make your way to him, and he looks at all of you and says, "Well, what is it you found, and who is this that is with you?"
Literally tell him everything.
Yeah.
So he listens intently, and he nods on occasion and listens for all of the details. And as you talk about the creature that you freed, and he looks at him, he stares wide-eyed, and then the ghoul now speaks, and he says, "My name is Markon, and my secret, there is a prominent family in Absalom, and I didn't know why. I was their bookkeeper. I didn't know why they would consistently make more and more money. They were modest fellows, but they always seemed to make more and more money to where they became one of the richest families in Absalom. However, over time, what I found out is that through a great wish spell, they found a wizard who guaranteed their freedom from taxation in perpetuity. And once I found out, they figured I knew too much. And I was sent to the tombs of the living, where I was walled up and left to die. I did find my way and finally woke up. And obviously now I am undead, but I have a hunger, but I don't need to act on it. I wanted to make sure that I could tell my story and hopefully bring this family to justice over time." And Drendel nods and he says, "You know what, Drendel Drang says, we can absolutely help keep Markon safe, and we will bring this family to justice. I believe their cousins and some of the family members still survive to this day. Rest assured, we will bring you to justice. And you have all done the Pathfinder Society a great service with your deeds today." And with that, you have finished the Flooded King's Court, and you actually, I think, if this was a true society adventure, I think you achieved most all of the objectives that were in front of you. So nicely done.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
So what would have happened if we would have shown him? Like, 'cause they specifically said keep that shit hidden, right?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say much with Markon. I mean, you would have had a little bit of more, you would have had to do a little more role-playing to get through Zuzgut. And I think if you did, as far as, yeah, it doesn't say anything more about Markon, like what else would have happened. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it was a secondary objective to get the information on Markon. The primary objective was to drive off the creatures, which you did right away with the alligator, and get a favorable impression with your performance, which you guys did a great job on. So I don't know, it's interesting that, let's see, I'm looking to see if there's any other faction notes.
Yeah, because I find that weird that they specifically say that if you do anything stupid, you got to make sure no one notices, and then they don't actually write anything in.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if I missed something. Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, look, maybe somebody else will find it later that I missed, but I don't see anything more with it. So that is kind of interesting because they did make a big deal out of it.
Probably just to give us the choice, isn't it?
Maybe. Yeah,
it
maybe.
could be.
But that was what I liked about this one is I felt like there was a little bit of role playing, so it was kind of fun that you guys were able to do a little bit. A couple of the crocodile with the acid, you really were able to get through it quicker. But that's a really tough battle. So Stooner, being able to get that critical on it right away really helped because that thing could have taken you guys all down.
I was thinking about it the whole time.
Hit one of our players.
Yeah. No,
I was
what
just
did you?
thinking, thank God he's here.
Did you guys like that one, or did you like the first one better? I think most of you were in the first one.
I like them all. They're all really fun to play.
Yeah,
they're fun.
Pretty equal.
Yeah, and it's nice that you can do it in, like, I know we could have lengthened it even longer, but keeping it almost right at 3 hours, it's a pretty good session. I like those.
Excellent, man.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, see, when you said the water would slowly come back up, I've played one where it's a race against time after you hit X amount of things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. The DM knows it. I didn't, and I didn't ask after the game either, right? Because
got it.
It's more fun if I ever have to play it again. I only know a little bit. But then, it's like, okay, now you have these rolls to make, and then these rolls to make, and these rolls to make, and like you're slowly losing health and dying and shit. And it's like,
oh, geez. Well, that was a little bit. Well, I won't spoil it for anybody who hasn't played the Haunt, but there's some things like that in some other adventures where you have to make your way out, and you can get crushed as things happen.
You got to run the Haunt again, third time.
I liked the first one and the second one. I bought the third one. I never ran it because I didn't like it. I didn't like the story, but the first two were really good. I'll have to do that again.
Creepy doll.
Creepy doll. Yep. Cool. Well, thanks, guys. I mean, we'll try to. I don't know if I can do next weekend or not, but I definitely want to keep running these one shots. They're fun. They're not that hard to prepare, and we can do it in a few hours on a Saturday and give people the rest of the day. So I enjoy it. It's fun to get back into DMing. And what do you think, Babunski, of the system in general? I know it's first level, so we're just scratching the surface, but you like the system, or what do you think?
Yeah, it's no secret that I'm so tired of crunch. I just really want things simple. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot better than Pathfinder, and it wasn't too bad. I mean, to be honest with you, I thought it was less complicated than Starfinder.
I've never played Starfinder.
They made a lot of changes to this rule set, I think. I like it.
I like it a lot. I've gone all in and bought all the books, and I've got everything on Fantasy Grounds, and I kind of feel like 5e I still really like, but I want something that had a little bit more. So now I can go back between the two systems, and I think I'll be mainly doing Pathfinder 2 and a little bit of 5e. So I really enjoy it.
I liked it, man. I really did. Thanks for asking me to come play. I'm just playing with these knuckleheads anyway, so it's great.
Of course.
Yeah, I can say it's fun to bounce back and forth between the two, and it's nice to have this outlet in Pathfinder 2. Appreciate you running these.
Of course. What about the sounds in general were good? Nothing, I mean, maybe not much different, but worked pretty easy and worked well.
Yeah, smooth, yeah.
Good.
I'm interested in that ninja now. I'm going to have to check into that when I start streaming again.
Awesome. Sounds good. All right, guys. Well, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thanks for the game.
Yeah. Sounds good, Stooner. Thanks for coming by.
Yep.
Thank you for the game. I really enjoyed it.
Good. Awesome, guys. Thanks. You too.
Yeah, for sure. All right,
see everybody.
All right. See you later. Bye.
Hey, Mandara. Thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Moondara. I apologize. Moondare. Jeez. Moondare or Moondare. So, well, thanks, everybody. I enjoyed that. I really... I like the stream setup now. Hopefully I'll keep honing it in, but I like the images on the stream and how I got them to light up and change a little bit when they talk. So if anybody has any comments, feel free to hit me up on Discord or no problem. I'll post this to YouTube shortly, Moondare. I'll be uploading that the next hour or so. And then, thanks for the cheer, Rosh. Anyway, guys, thanks. Really appreciate it. I'll try to be running these weekly or at least every other week on Saturday mornings. But like I said, I'll put this up on YouTube shortly. And I hope everyone has a great remainder of a long holiday weekend. So I'm out for now, but take care all and have a great weekend. Thanks, Babunski. Thanks for the bits, man. Appreciate it. All right, guys. Take care. I'm out.